Chapter 56, or Rice Bucket Demon. He Yan's head. The crowd of Foothills people were stunned. A supreme powerhouse of the heaven-opening palace. The Emperor did it. That murderer who killed the old supreme foe stone god. He was beheaded by the Emperor. In an instant, the eyes of all the foe stone men turned red. Ka-ka-ka-ka-ka-ka-ka. The crowd of foe stone men suddenly moistened their eyes and knelt down on one knee. The giant foal also knelt down, his voice slightly choked. The day the Supreme Being died, we thought that there would be no way to take revenge in this life. Open Heaven Palace, Yuanying Realm, a layer apart, but two worlds. Thank you, Your Majesty. Thank you for avenging Supreme Father's death. Many thanks, Giant Lu sincerely bowed down. Many thanks, Your Majesty. The crowd of foe stone people also choked up. The day the foe stone god died was the darkest day for the foe stone people, killed by He Yan, never to be avenged. Today, the Emperor had done it. The old Supreme and Huangfu Keoj had told all the foe stone people to submit to the ancient sea. And although the crowd of foe stone people had complied, within their hearts, there was still a nagging feeling. At this moment, that trace of nagging resentment completely transformed into recognition of Gu Hai. Gratitude and admiration merging into one. It was at this moment that the Forshire human race completely belonged to the Great Han dynasty. Giant foal, this Shi Yan's head, give it to you to dispose of. All the foal stone people have a bad anger in their hearts. I'll help you avenge it. This bad anger, try to let all the foal stone people spit it out. Gu Hai handed out Shi Yan's head. Thank you, Your Majesty. I will give this human head to every foe stone man, Giant Lu gratefully said. Gu Hai nodded. Letting Rulu do this matter, on the one hand, it would build up Rulu's prestige among the foe stone people, and on the other hand, it would make all the foe stone people completely return to their hearts. After Gu Hai gave an explanation, the group of foe stone people slowly sank into the ground, and the flying boat continued to fly in the direction of Keoj City. As the sky grew dark, Gu Hai once again walked back to the very front of the deck. Goo 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 goo. Carrara, Ziwei and Chongsheng were still eating non-stop. On the side stood a large number of Great Han officials, constantly serving them food and wine. At the same time, they kept wiping their cold sweat. On the side, Long Wenyu kept staring at these two. His face stiffened, his throat gulped, and he didn't know what to say for a moment. Emperor, Your Majesty, a Da Han official instantly walked up with a bitter face. What's wrong? Gu Hai said suspiciously. The official accused Ziwei and Chongsheng. Gu Hasheng, Gu Ziwei, you're late too. There's more over here. Ziwei called out while eating. No need, you guys eat. I'm not hungry, Gu Hai said with an odd face. Ziwei nodded and continued eating. Yummy, yummy. After not eating for 3,000 years, my mouth is faded to the taste of birds. Chongsheng took a sip of wine and called out, Your Majesty, the food is almost gone, a side official whispered. HM. What do you mean the food is almost gone? Gu Hai raised an eyebrow. No matter what, this banquet for the Ziwei and Chongsheng duo, he had already put out the word that he would let them eat as much as they wanted, and this subordinate of his, how could he say that the food was running out? Isn't this a bad job, Your Majesty? I am also helpless. This food is only for us to spice up, so we have not prepared much. But even if it is not much, it is still a portion enough for 10,000 people to eat. 10,000 people is 10,000 people, that official said with a wave of trepidation. Gu Hai, rations for 10,000 people. 10,000 people. Suddenly, Gu Hai didn't blame these officials anymore. They did try their best. How long had it only been? These two ate so much. Rice bucket. No, rice bucket demons. Brother-in-law, these two demons, you mustn't bring them back to Chogai. It won't take more than a few days to eat your Chogai into poverty. Long when you shouted with wide eyes. Long when you had witnessed the birth of two super rice buckets. No. Is this a rice bucket? This is demonic. It was dark, and the two actually ate without stopping for a second. What kind of stomach is that? Your Majesty, there aren't enough ingredients. What should we do? The previous official said anxiously. Gu Hai, looking at those two people eating with vigor. Are we going to tell them that there is no more food? Your Majesty, this is the last 20 ingredients. That official bitterly looked at some of the last beef sent up. I know. Gu Hai nodded breathlessly. Looking at the two, Gu Hai slowly stepped forward. The two of you. Ooh, Mr. Gu, you eat. It's weirdly embarrassing for the two of us to eat without you guys, Chongsheng shouted. Gu Hai, Longwen Yu, Sima Feng. Would you guys be embarrassed? Both of you, take a break from eating too. Otherwise it hurts your stomach. Gu Hai laughed bitterly. It's fine. We used to eat like this. Yeah, we've been eating 4 years. The duo was instantly full of concern as they ate the last 20 portions of food. Seeing that it was going to be emptied in a while, Gu Hai smiled slightly bitterly and said, You two. When I say take a break, there are some things that I want to ask you to for advice. Oh, Mr. Gu, you say. Yes, you saved us and even invited us to let go of our stomachs to eat. You're a friend. We've made a friend, ask. The duo instantly said with alacrity. While eating, they looked at Gu Hai. Gu Hai smiled slightly bitterly and didn't dwell on the size of their meals, but opened his mouth and asked, You two, what happened earlier? Can you explain it to me? And also, 3,000 years. The lifespan of an ordinary person. No. 3,000 years. That was not something an ordinary person could achieve. The two of them hadn't eaten for 3,000 years. And they were definitely over 3,000 years old. Oh, you're talking about this. We're both celestial level brushes. I'm a calligraphy Dao brush. He's just a painting Dao brush. Ziwei nibbled on the cowman and explained. Heaven level brushes, Sima Feng exclaimed steeply. The duo crossed their eyes at Sima Feng, as if to say, You're a little short-sighted. That's not right. I've heard that heaven-grade pens, which draw on the rules of the book Dao and painting Dao, are each knowledgeable. But how are you two? Sima Feng was at a loss. Knowledgeable. We're very knowledgeable. Ziwei said doubtfully. Yes, you people, you can't speak clearly. We're bookish people. Chongsheng also glared. Knowledgeable and reasonable. You've knocked up so many people's stomachs. Knowledgeable. You guys eat so uncritically. Sima Feng was about to say with a disdainful face. Sima Feng. Gu Hai probed his hand and stopped Sima Feng. Sima Feng looked at Gu Hai and could only hold his depression in his heart and not say anything. A heavenly grade pen can live a long life, Gu Hai said doubtfully. That's for sure. Our longevity can be different from yours. As for the thing you just asked about the Earth Palace, alas, we don't know. Anyway, we don't know which one of the old man's tendons is wrong. And let us come and follow the runes they formulated, and every once in a while to strengthen them, and we'll just sit there for 3,000 years at a time. Ziwei explained. Old man, Gu Hai said doubtfully. It's our master. Unfortunately, we sensed that he's dead. So we're free now too, Eternal Life explained. The old man was also really stingy back then. We are heaven-level pens. Heaven-level pens. By whoever refined them. Aren't they all offered as treasures? The old man was the guest of honor of the Zhong family. So rich, actually still let us starve from time to time. Ziwei complained. Oh, dead. Letting you guys starve, Gu Hai said doubtfully. Yeah, the two of us ate a bit too much, but we did a lot. We could maximize the amount of things we could do to help him write about the Tao of books and the Tao of painting. and just by eating a bit of his food, he actually wanted to die. And in the end, he even locked us up in the underground palace and asked us to seal that demon, Konghost. Eternal Life complained. Eating a little too much. Long when you on the side stared with wide eyes. You still called us a bit much. That old man is the guest of honor of the Zhong family. Shouldn't be short of food, right? Gu Hai said doubtfully. We also said so, but he just won't give it, and cries poor with us every day. He also said that he didn't care. The stuff from the 100 big mountains in the area where he lived. We could eat whatever we wanted. Then went out for a month, and came back and scolded us. Ziwei recalled. Scolded. Yes. Wasn't it just that we ate up the 10,000 demonic beasts that emptied his 100 mountain ranges? He said he let us eat whatever we wanted. Chongsheng recalled that bad memory. Gu Hai, 10,000 demonic beasts for a month. Long Wenyu's eyes widened. Yeah, we even saved on food, Ziwei nodded. Gu Hai, thinking about it makes me angry. Forget it, don't eat it. Ziwei swallowed the last piece of beef into his stomach, and used to drink a jar of wine before stopping. Ziwei, you're really not going to eat? Huh, I'm only 30% full. Chongsheng asked, holding the last altar of wine. 30% full. The crowd immediately stiffened their faces once again. Don't eat, damn. The old man doesn't give us food, and hides delicious food in the metropolis, you forget. 3,000 years. That stuff, now should. Ziwei's eyes lit up. Chongsheng also steep eyes brightened. Not bad. Not bad. Hey ha ha ha. The old man died. That thing, won't it be only us to know? Saying that, a trace of saliva actually hung out from the corner of Chongsheng's mouth. Mr. Gu, we won't bother anymore. See you in the coming days. Thank you for your hospitality. Ziwei immediately stood up and said excitedly. Gu Hai nodded. Regarding the duo's abilities, Gu Hai was not clear, but the perverse ability of a picture of Chongsheng gave Gu Hai the urge to seek out these two people, who must be recruited into Dahon. That weird ability, when used in the right place, is something extremely powerful. The quadded great king of the central heavenly palace couldn't even stand it. How could he let it go? Therefore, the first thing that he prepared to leave earlier was to look for the duo. However, the appetite of the duo just now completely made Gu Hai give up the idea. Eaters, 1 month, eating 10,000 demonic beasts. 10,000 demonic beasts. Bringing it back, there was no telling how much chaos would occur. Therefore, once the duo said that they wanted to leave, Gu Hai actually didn't retain this kind of capable person for the first time. Yes, Mr. Gu, we'll be going to Metropolis soon. Farewell, Chongsheng also called out. Gu Hai was about to say goodbye, when he steeply looked puzzled. You too. There is something that I might have to trouble you with. Oh, the duo looked at Gu Hai in confusion. That one a fairy who was with me earlier, Lin Wen. You guys saw it, right? Gu Hai solemnly said. That's for sure. That little girl looks at you differently, Ziwei nodded. She also went to the metropolis. If you guys go here and meet her, if she is in any danger, please try to help when you can, Gu Hai solemnly said. You're welcome, Mr. Gu. This little matter, don't worry. Yes, not only did you save us, but you also treated us to a big meal. This little thing, we'll definitely remember it. Chongsheng also packed his bags. Thanks a lot, Gu Hai smiled, sending the two away. When they had gone far into the sky, above the flying boat, nearly everyone suddenly let out a long sigh of relief. Lunch bucket demon, the crowd unconsciously counted out. This is going to wreak havoc on the people of Metropolis. Long Wenyu said with an odd expression on her face.